At some point every spring, an intoxicating smell comes wafting into our house on hot, sunny days. It's sort of like if you've ever seen one of those old Bugs Bunny cartoons where the scent trail comes and like taps him on the shoulder and then he feels compelled to follow it wherever it leads. Anyway, that scent is how we know that our sweet woodruff is ready to harvest. Gallium odoratum, or sweet woodruff, is a common garden ground cover and it grows all over the world. It's native to northern Africa, Europe, and Asia, but it's also naturalized in many parts of North America. It's been used in Germany for a long time to flavor alcoholic drinks like May wine and sweets like ice cream and candies and jellies. Its other common name, sweet-scented bedstraw, is another clue to its historical use, where it was stuffed into mattresses to ward off fleas and moths and other insects that might infiltrate. And that vanilla-esque scent that wards off insects is really interesting. It comes from coumarin, a compound that's found in many different plant species, including cinnamon, tonka bean, and sweet clover. And if you look it up, you may be spooked from wanting to eat woodruff at all because of its derivative being lethal to mice and rats. However, there's no evidence of it being harmful to humans, and as I just mentioned, coumarin-containing plants have been used as flavoring agents for centuries. We harvest some of the sweet woodruff that's growing in our garden every year to make a much cheaper alternative to vanilla extract. The process is really simple. We just dry out the leaves and then steep them in some kind of high-proof alcohol for several weeks. Drying concentrates the aroma significantly. In fact, before the plant flowers, it often doesn't really smell like anything at all when you just smell the plant fresh. But once you start drying it out in your house, it will perfume it in the best way possible. We also found some of sweet woodruff's close cousin, Gallium triflorum, while on a walk earlier this week. Gallium triflorum is native to North America, and on first sniff of the dried leaves, it has that similarly delightful vanilla scent, but it smells a little more grassy and vegetal than the sweet woodruff growing in our yard. I made 2 separate extracts with each of the different galliums, so I'll be excited to compare the 2 once they're finished.
These look a little bit more behind. The flowers aren't open as much as the non-native ones.
Well, they are in the shade also. So.
That's true.
keep in mind if you go out looking for Gallium triflorum that it often gets confused with cleavers, those scratchy spring greens that stick to your clothes. And while cleavers are also in the Gallium family and they are edible, they don't have nearly the same alluring sweet flavor. For our own celebration of May, we decided to use some of our dried sweet woodruff leaves to make ice cream. This is apparently already a pretty popular flavoring in Europe, and we also wanted to see how it stacks up against classic vanilla. I used a very simple recipe, simply steeping a handful of the dried woodruff leaves with a 1-to-1 ratio of milk and heavy cream, then adding in some sugar and salt and simmering for 5 to 10 minutes. It churned up so nice and creamy, and the flavor, well, I'll just let Sylvan and Jordan from earlier today take it away. Get ourselves an ice cream scoop.
That would make sense.
With the amount of ice cream that we eat. I guess it's because you usually just eat it straight out of the
bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You've had a lot of ice cream lately to compare it to, so
Yes,
you'll be an
that's
expert.
All right. It's got good texture. Whoa, that's amazing. Wait, there's nothing else in there. It's just the woodruff.
Yeah, just
Wow.
cream, milk, sugar, woodruff, and
Yeah.
a pinch of salt. That's it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's at first it's just like vanilla, but then it's different. It's got a little bit more of like,
Yeah.
I don't know what, like something. Woodruff.
Yeah.
Like grassiness maybe, but in a good way. Like
So this
sweet.
is popular in Germany, right? It's like one of their main ice cream flavors.
I guess so. I can see why. That is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's funny when you think about like, oh, this weird herb that grows in the backyard. Why would you flavor ice cream with that? But then at the same time, like,
The most classic
vanilla
one here.
is an
yeah.
orchid seed, like
From like Tahiti, right?
yeah,
Or something.
It's
yeah.
just
yeah.
things that you get used to seeing
Exactly.
normal.
Yeah. Well, this
This
is
is
a lot
good.
cheaper.
Yes.
And absolutely delicious. Try it. Oh, thank you. All right.
All right, time to edit this video and then share it with y'all.
If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about foraging or growing your own food, I recommend checking out our 2 comprehensive online courses. You can find out more about them by clicking the link in the description of our video. Hope your May is off to a sweet start, and see you next week. you.